With Falcon hockey coach Joe Cranston. And Joe, last weekend, Falcons traveled down to Lake Forest, Illinois, and brought home to River Falls the 2010 NCHA Peters Cup Championship. First, congratulations to you and the team and all the coaches. Opened up the series with a 4-1 win over Adrian. Could you talk about that game a little bit?
Yeah, it was nice to go down and get the O'Brien Cup back into our trophy case. Yeah, like I talked about last week, was we just knew we had to go down there and take care of business with Adrian. That was, anything can happen, but you just got to get to that championship game. So we went down there. We played 3 really solid periods. We battled really hard. We could have scored more goals than that. That's been the story of us all year. And then it really didn't matter to us who we played in the second game, but things played out the way they did, and Superior beat Lake Forest. We had them in the championship game, and really kind of dominated the first 2 periods and lost a little momentum in the third, but hung on to win that thing. And just going on the road and being the 3rd seed, that's a really big accomplishment to go in there and get those 2 wins, and then bring the tournament, get the bid for the NCAA. So we're looking forward to going in and playing Gustavus here coming up.
Let's talk a little bit more about that, Joe. As you said, you're going to be playing at Gustavus on Saturday, 2 o'clock, out at the Lund Arena, I think it's called. Played Gustavus a couple times this year, 3-3 tie here in River Falls, a 2-1 loss down at Gustavus. What are you looking for there?
Well, this matchup is just so similar to last year. Last year, I think the last time we had lost was to Gustavus at Gustavus, and we went on a long streak of wins. And it's kind of the same story this year. I think we tied them early on. We had a 3-1 lead. They scored with a goalie pulled with 16 seconds to tie it up. And then they got a late goal to beat us 2-1 down there. But it's just so that doesn't really matter now. We know if we played them 10 times, it'd probably come up pretty even. They're a very good team. I think we're ready for them. We got a game plan. We just have to go in there and everybody's got to adhere to that game plan. And a few players need to just step it up. This is the time of year where if we're just playing our game and just hanging around, you don't know what's going to happen. If it's in our hands, we need to have a few players step up. And looking at last weekend in that O'Brien tournament, our D, that was by far our best performance we had all year. All 5 D really stepped it up and made the difference. We didn't produce enough offense, but I think if our defense play like that going into Gustavus and our offense steps it up, and we are patient around the net and confident in our shots and shoot to score, we should have a good chance against Gustavus.
Joe, looking ahead past that, and I know we don't want to look too far ahead, but the winner of the River Falls Gustavus game will host the NCAA semifinals and finals the following weekend, March 19th and 20th. Talk a little bit about what that means to your program, and I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but what does that mean?
Well, to know it's either us or Gustavus to host the NCAA championships, the tournament's never been held in the West. To even be one of the 2 teams to have a chance to host that is something to be really proud of at River Falls here. But it just adds a little more pressure. But basically, it just adds that much more excitement. The stakes are that much higher. And it's just going to be that much more of a fun game, fun atmosphere. I think we pretty much packed that rink down there last year. We had a lot of River Falls people, and just knowing what's at stake here and to be able to host that tournament here is just it's a little overwhelming, but on the other hand, it's a great accomplishment for the girls in our program. So we're just going to do our best, and hopefully we'll bring it back here.
Joe, thanks much for your time. Good luck to the Falcons this week. We'll talk to you definitely next week, and with the NCAA championships coming to River Falls.